Hi everybody,
Hey everyone.
welcome to our October backyard update. It's a nice autumn-like day finally.
I would say it's a blustery day.
Yes. Uh, you know, uh, this is my favorite time of year. The leaves aren't quite changing colors yet, but you can definitely tell autumn is in the air, so it's
That
very enjoyable.
that's for sure. All of a sudden it's fall. And today we wanted to give you an update and give you an example of some of the work that we're doing with No Harbor as you guys partner with us. You've heard about the cohorts we're having, and John's writing curriculum. He'll share more about that. But in particular, it's not uncommon for John and I to meet with cohort members outside of our time together and help them process. And I wanted to share with you one example from one of our cohort members who was struggling with an issue and how our faith relates to faith and life, everyday life. And as a result, at the end of our conversation, she said, honestly, you and John are what are helping me save Jesus. I'd have pitched the whole thing in one fell swoop. And the reason we want to share that with you is what we experience with her and with our cohort is just a microcosm of what we've seen happening around the country. And we have the privilege of helping people still hold on to Jesus in the midst of all of this processing that they're doing with their questions and doubts.
Yeah, that really, to me, when I hear someone say we're helping them to keep Jesus, that's really the heart of No Harbor, right? We it's no, listen, it's no secret that so many people are leaving the church, and the amount of people who are non-religious is significantly growing in the country, and most of that growth is actually coming from the evangelical church. And so when we hear that people are just finding a way to keep Jesus during the process of them working through the difficulties in their faith, to us, that's just what it's all about. We often use the illustration of renovating a house when we talk about this, right? And when we do a renovation, you have to do demo, right? And you remember after we did our demo, sometimes we kind of looked around and went, how are we ever going to rebuild this,
It
right?
was a mess. It looked like a disaster at times.
And it was discouraging, right? And we had some people come along and helped us to rebuild it, helped us to solve some problems, and the end result was something really beautiful. And it's the same thing with faith, right? Deconstruction for many people is so necessary, but most people who deconstruct, they don't want to lose their faith, right? They want to keep Jesus in some way. And so that's our role. We help them to rebuild upon that foundation in a way that helps them to find Jesus and to keep Jesus in the midst of this process.
And we truly do consider it a privilege. We consider a privilege that you guys walk alongside us in that, and we can't say enough that there are not enough safe spaces
Right.
like this, and for people to ask those tough questions, for people to just be together in the midst of doubt and pain, and we feel privileged to be able to be part of that process.
I would say that was probably the number one feedback we get from our cohort members, is that what they appreciate most, even though they like working through the theology and for them, having the community, having a place where they can express these things safely is probably the one thing that seems to me be most meaningful to everyone.
Yeah, and we have more that we want to share with you about that, but we're going to wait till our next update for that. But just wanted to give you a quick update and let you know that God is working. We feel encouraged and privileged, and we are so grateful for you.
Yeah, thank you for your partnership with us. As we said, people are finding and keeping Jesus because of what we're doing here. So we're just so thankful for you, and we'll see you in our next update.
Bye.